It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for Friday, June the 29th. I'm Michael Groff. Dry but slightly cooler temperatures over the next couple of days as troughing passes north of the state. Next week, we'll see a heat wave as ridging builds in across the Four Corners, but that will also set the stage for our first major push of monsoon moisture here into the southwest for the 2018 season. So let's get into it. First, we'll look at the almanac from yesterday. 109 the high in the valley after a morning low of 85. And outside right now here at 4:35 a.m., a few clouds out there. 82 degrees to begin this day at Sky Harbor. Dew points at 45, humidity 27%. The winds are light. The barometer is rising. Temperatures across south central Arizona this morning, 73 up there toward North Scottsdale in the slightly higher elevations. Here for us in the urban core, generally low to mid 80s. The upper look across the country, there's a trough moving into the Great Basin, and the southern edge of that will push across Arizona today and tomorrow. That'll slightly increase our afternoon breezes, but overall no major impacts for us, at least not here in the valley. And on the watch warning map, heat, the big story across the nation's heartland again. Heat advisories, excessive heat warnings as well for places like Minneapolis, St. Paul, and Chicago. There's a severe thunderstorm watch in parts of Minnesota this morning. They've had some wild weather. There was actually a tornado warning earlier this morning for areas just west of Bemidji in parts of Polk and Clearwater counties in Minnesota. North of our state, we've got red flag warnings in parts of Utah and Colorado as the very dry and windy conditions will continue. Convective outlook, a slight risk of severe storms, parts of the northern plains, a marginal risk for much of the plain states and portions of the southeast U.S. And rainfall for the next 7 days here in the valley doesn't look like we'll see much of anything, but across portions of eastern and southeast Arizona could see some light precip. And just beyond this 7-day period, indications that the weather pattern will start to turn more unsettled as the monsoon gets cranked up. Let's get into the details of that and everything else right now as we check the models. Here we go to the GFS, the 06Z run, valid at 5 o'clock this afternoon. This is the upper look at 500 millibars. There's our trough moving through the interior west today, and down below that at the surface, maybe a few high clouds, but otherwise mostly sunny today. High temperatures somewhere between 104 and 107. We'll see some afternoon breezes, west-southwest winds 8 to 20 miles per hour, which is rather typical for this time of year. Some gustier winds perhaps across far northern Arizona and up into parts of Utah and Colorado. Tonight, clear skies. It's a dry air mass, so lows mostly mid-70s to low 80s. Tomorrow, sunny but slightly cooler, highs 101 to 104. Sunday, mostly sunny, highs 103 to 106. 104 to 107 on Monday, 105 to 108 on Tuesday as we see ridging building over the plain states, and that'll be building into the interior west with time. The flow aloft will be veering from southwesterly to more southerly and eventually southeasterly by the middle and latter portions of next week. Let's go to Wednesday. We continue to warm it up very slowly. This is Independence Day, so 4th of July will be dry here in the valley. High temperatures somewhere between 105 and 108, and the sky's sunny. Thursday, we'll crank that furnace up. Highs 108 to 112 as ridging builds in here across the interior west. And then a week from today, this is Friday, the 6th of July, the 6,000-meter ridge. It's back on the board here on the GFS. Very strong ridging, but a favorable setup for bringing monsoon moisture into the southwest. Easterly to southeasterly flow. Scattered showers and thunderstorms that develop over the high country drift toward the deserts in the afternoon and evening hours. High temperatures, though, would be pretty hot. It depends on how much moisture we get, but right now the latest guidance coming in with highs 111 to 115. Some of the models even foretell us being hotter than that. Here's Saturday, the 7th of July. Same configuration. Monsoon moisture on the increase. Scattered afternoon and evening. Showers and thunderstorms across the high country drifting toward the deserts. And then the end of the forecast period, Sunday, July 8th. The pattern doesn't change much. We're still seeing temperatures probably above average in at least the 107 to 110 range. But obviously, day-to-day temperatures could vary pretty wildly depending on previous days' shower and thunderstorm coverage and intensity. All right, let's check the numbers coming off the GFS ensemble through the period, and we'll see slightly cooler weather this weekend. And then, yeah, it's got us at 117 next Friday. I don't know if it's going to get that hot, but we've certainly seen that trend on the ensemble in recent runs. It'll be interesting to see when that moisture arrives versus the heat and that intense ridge. All right, that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video back here on Monday morning. And if you like our videos, be sure to subscribe so that whenever we post a brand new one, you'll get the notifications. Otherwise, be safe, stay cool out there, always stay hydrated, very important. And you guys have yourselves a great weekend.